and now the moment that Lad Williams has been waiting for, because we can't get enough of the Bitcoin ETF. Laddie, everybody's feeding on your news now.
Right.
From SEC has something to say about it in Berlin. It is a topic everywhere.
Yeah, you know? It's quite interesting.
And somebody used fake news. Somebody fooled us. That was
directly from the US SEC's X account.
That's so. I mean, that's a lot.
You get news from there and you believe it's
yes, and somebody was able to do that.
You hear I think
this is how sometimes they move the market.
Yeah.
You know, either take it up or take it down.
Exactly.
But, you know, because
it's all
of
about
course
news.
The market feeds on news.
Yeah, and that's why we're seeing red, at this point. After the SEC says, you know what, our account was compromised. So that wasn't really, we don't have an approval.
I hope we will believe
at this point.
when it really happens.
When the approval really comes.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't come on April 1st.
I hope so.
Because we will not believe it. Ethereum, it's right there, 2,400. It's doing pretty well at this point. 5.59% jump. Definitely, there's going to be some kind of ETF for Ethereum after BTC, gets approved. But all eyes is on Bitcoin at this point. So we're seeing a mixture right there in the crypto market. Looking at Coin360, some red patches and green too. Let's look at the top headlines this morning. Yeah, there you have it. The US SECX account that was compromised after there was a tweet confirming that a Bitcoin spot ETF was approved. Then we saw the US Securities and Exchange Commission handle come out to say the X account was compromised and an unauthorized post was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of a spot Bitcoin exchange traded product, and we got some responses to that from Pratal Shaw there. It says the SEC is meant to protect us from market manipulation, but can't protect its own Twitter from manipulating the market. Very funny word there. So other headlines we see in the market, we see Binance, Kraken have been removed from the Apple App Store in India. Yeah, India is still cracking down on crypto. There are strong, strict regulations, they're having there. So they say some of these exchanges have compromised some of their rules when it comes to money laundering and reporting what the customers do there on the exchange. Other stories, we've seen 9 billion Shiba tokens have been burned. That's the cryptocurrency for Shiba Inu there. That's one of the top meme coins in the market. There's been a lot of burning of tokens there. And most of the time when they burn some of these tokens, they're trying to reduce the amount of tokens in circulation, and somehow that impacts the prices going forward. Let's bring in Sheon Dania now, CEO Alpha Geek Technologies, join us via Zoom. Great to have you on the show.
Hello, Laddie. Good afternoon.
Fantastic. Happy New Year. So, Sheon, we did get an approval, by SEC. With the SEC came out and said, you know what, that did come from us. Our account was compromised. So can we call it a disapproval at this point?
Technically, it's not a disapproval. It's until we get the details of what exactly happened. It goes to show that people need to always be very vigilant within every industry, even cryptocurrencies, anything trading. So we also need to always understand the risks associated with trading these things. In all fairness, the fundamentals of Bitcoin hasn't changed. The correction was expected. However, it's still highly it highlights the volatility inherent in cryptocurrency and emerging asset class. So people just need to be careful. The approval will or may not come, but we just need to either hold the SEC more responsible. We can't exactly call it market manipulation, but they know they should spend more time on ensuring their cybersecurity is top notch.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. The US SEC actually confirming that they don't have two-factor authenticator on their Twitter account. Quite interesting. At this point for such a massive institution. But looking at it, at this point now, when you get most of these information at this point, let's say they finally come out with an approval. That means you do not take action when you see the first tweet? You have to wait for a couple of minutes or another reconfirmation, going forward. How do you handle, most of these issues, especially, being a trader in this market? You're out there trying to make profit. You make profit from the first announcement, then the second one comes and you're down.
Like I said, the fundamentals haven't changed, so as a trader, it's very important that everybody always says, we follow the news, you should follow the news, which is very important, but you need to project ahead of time and not wait for that actual time, So anyone who has already figured out, this information has been out there a long time ago, that there's already work in progress, for approvals of these ETFs. And earlier on in the year, Bitcoin was below 30 grand. So if anyone who's trading, who's actually looking to cash in on that, they're bought in at that point. So even at the rate that we're currently now, which is, slightly below 45K, you'll still be in profit. The trading for cryptocurrencies and most assets, especially Bitcoin, is a long-term play. People would definitely want to day trade or swing trade, to make quick profits, but we should always put our eyes. This might just be a temporary setback, but definitely the forecast for Bitcoin is still very strong.
Yeah, and what are you seeing, at this point? Do you see this approval coming soon?
So what I see is that it is not going to derail the SEC. They've been in advanced stage already reviewing all the ETF proposals. And definitely there's a strong demand for Bitcoin, without a doubt. While the SEC would increase their scrutiny, right now they can't just make another announcement. The industry should, it should also help with their own evaluation criteria. For all it could have just been a test to say, okay, how well does the market move to news, and everybody should but the SEC needs to focus on, ensuring that the investors' funds are safe, and also to ensure market integrity. This, for all if you ask me, it might just be it could have been one of the tests that the SEC was carrying out, which will help them in understanding how the markets will actually react.
Right, and definitely the market did react. Thank you so much for coming on. Shehu Daniel, CEO, Alpha Geek Technologies. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so there you have it.
Yeah, I think she'll just put another idea in our head.
Exactly.
What if the SEC just did it on purpose, to see how the markets will react?
Right.
That would be really naughty,
Very, very naughty. And I guess at this point, if you get any announcement, even from a verified handle,
they have to check it out.
Wait for a reconfirmation.
Yeah.
I guess that's
because if the SEC could say that they were compromised, leaves a lot to be desired.
I'll be watching your account. I hope you don't get compromised.